Hey, welcome to Flax and Fiber Friday. I decided to go ahead and work on processing my flax, and I've experimented with it a little bit so far, just to know maybe what I'm doing wrong and right. Now, you remember I thought, ooh, that's beautiful. I think I overredded it, meaning I soaked it for too long, and so I'm trying to find a method where I can at least get um, something usable out of it. Apologize for sniffling. I'm like total allergies today. So here we have my broken down tool. I forget. Hackle, maybe? Breaker. That's it. Um, and I decided not to fix it because I think it's going to work just fine. The handle that I made that was on there busted off, so we are just working with what we got. So essentially, I'm breaking the stalks to separate what I call the chaff from the flax plant itself. From each one, working on the roots there are much tougher. And when I did like maybe half this amount, I was losing a lot more. I think I could be completely wrong. Even though I overret it, it's not completely useless. And I don't want to just toss it all out. I will know next time not to look for this wonderful fine fuzz, because that means I overredded it. Flip it around. And so this is the top of the plant, because it's thinner. It's not the root section. So I'm trying to just break up the stems so that we can move on to the next process. And I will just keep doing this. Maybe I will stop and fast forward. Okay, you can see it is far more fluffed out. A lot of that is broken. You can still hear I could break some more. Hopefully I'm not breaking my fibers, but if so, that was me overredding. So pay the price on that. But I want something salvageable and to use to spinning with. But you can see like the major difference between what happens. Am I in there? Yeah. Between the stalks, and then once you break them, all those fibers start to come out, and it's just a thing of beauty. Okay, on to the next step. Back. This next step is called, I believe, scutching, and I don't have a blade. They used to have nice old wooden blades. I have an old shuttle, so I'm just going to use that. And it's kind of been sanded, so it's sharpened at one point. So this is to hopefully get out a lot more of that stem material. But see, I'm losing stuff. So I don't have anybody to ask. So we're just working on it. And most of the time I see them like hit a board and drag down. But for one thing, don't have a board like that. And for another, I'm trying to be a bit gentler on it so that I can salvage as much as I can. And fortunately, it's a bit windy today, a little bit. So I get some breezes blowing through. I'm sure this stuff is not helping allergy and change of weather going on for me. I am surrounded by hair. It feels like dog hair. So I'm just trying to be gentle with it to kind of get the chafe out, just because I know I want to preserve as much as I can. Again, lesson learned with overretting, but it feels beautiful and it's a beautiful color. So I will just keep doing this, and hopefully all the birds around will come up and scarf up and take some of this stuff, or next year they'll take it for their nests, and they'll add good organic material to the ground out here. So I'll go ahead and keep doing this and fast forward and then get on to the next step. So now, and again, a reminder, it's all beginners learning here. You can see it looks pretty good. But this next step tells me that it is overredded. And that is because I am not going to get any fibers that long when I run it through my comb. I don't have hackles, and I didn't want to build any just for my experimentation. So this is just wool combs that I have. So I start dragging it through, and it immediately starts pulling a lot of that fiber. And this is to get rid of the rest of the chafe. I don't think anything in there is going to be worth saving, so I'm tossing that. My experience so far with this lot of flax is that I am not getting many long fibers, and that's okay. So I'll show you after this one what I've processed so far, and a lot of it is very much tow and short, but I'm going to use it as much as I can. So you can see I'm losing a lot. Some of that I think I'll save and pick out. And I've read that, regardless, you get a lot of waste with flax, with the processing of it. But I'm trying to be gentle because I want some of my harvest. And this one looks like it's turning out better maybe than my other ones. So I'm getting actually longer. But I'm not being aggressive. Because I just want as much as I can, and that's why I keep shaking out a lot, because it is separating from the stalks really nicely. And that's probably part of the over-retting. But you can see in the sunlight especially all those big pieces of the stalk. And some of them aren't broken up nice, because again, I am learning. I'm going to pack that down a little bit more. Some of that I will save. Do some more shaking. Hold on tightly so I don't lose a bunch. Yeah, this one, like I said, it looks like it's coming out a lot better. and some I've gotten so far. So I'm excited about that. And it's just so blonde and beautiful. It's just, God. So, well done me for my first actual harvest of my own flax. And while there is a lot of videos out there, I don't know. Some of it doesn't explain. I haven't been able to see like totally explaining how to tell while it's retting if it's under or over retted. Under retted, it wouldn't it wouldn't break as easy, and the pieces wouldn't come out. Pieces of the stem wouldn't come out that easily, so you could just go ahead and re-ret it. And then, from my understanding, over-retting, you get shorter fibers that want to break. But then I also wonder if that has anything to do with, I don't know, how much you watered it, the soil, what kind of water you use. I mean, I just use tap water, but it's from a community well. So I don't know. I think there's so many factors. And where it's grown, again, I'm high desert, so I don't know. That probably has something to do with it. So I will come back when I am done, and I will show you some more of what I had already processed. So this is looking pretty good. Okay, right now I am taking, kind of like when you try to do roving, I just am grabbing some pieces and then getting big chunks out as much as I can. I'm not going to be really nitpicky and get tons and tons, but I just don't want it all to be wasted. So that looks like that's pretty good, because I don't want, 2 inches. I don't know. I think that's probably good enough. And that's a lot of short fibers for composting. And I will show you so far, other than what I was just working on. And I made the mistake of hackling, so the wind blew some of the stems in there. This is all I've gotten so far. And generally, most of it is this kind of stuff. But so I'm not going to be able to make a strict or a strick out of it. And a lot of that will disappear when I'm spinning. But some I got some good long pieces, but not a whole lot. So it's a mess. But again, it's a learning process. Yeah, I think that was like the longest and best chunk that I had up until now. So there we go. And I will, when I get back, I will show you how much I got out of all of that flax that I had grown. So see you next time in a little bit, I guess. All right, I'm back. It's the next day. Uh, Allergies are a little bit better. And so I finished this up, and here we go. So what I ended up getting, I actually weighed it, and obviously it's not in a strick, but it was 24 grams. So that's not bad. I forget how big the space was. I think I mentioned it in my first video of the planting and how much it was. I think I want to say 8 by 2.5 feet plot. So not bad, not bad. I am going to, just to share with you, let's just take a piece here and sort of spread it out. I'm going to put this back in the container. And I haven't spun for a few months, so I am going to spread this out almost like I would roving, or Spreading it out like a strick would be, and there is some stem stuff still in there, and I assume there's big pieces, so I'm assuming those will probably just drop on out. So let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna spin flax I actually grew and processed. Get that going. Hopefully it's gonna draw. When it's squeaking, I need to attend to that. I'm excited though. I'm going to have to end up, I know, getting a rather rough spin. And I'm going to have to end up doing it because it's toe, doing it a lot like I guess I would wool. So, but yay, look at me. We can do it. Anybody can do it, right? If I can do it out here without all the proper tools, anybody can do it. So thank you for being on this journey with me. I guess I need to maintain my wheel, clean it up a little bit. So there you go. Thanks for joining me.